Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I got some footage of the time that I went up to visit Red Rock Maintenance up in Cobeconk, Ontario. We were also able to meet up with Thirsty's Lawncare as well. I've been following both of them for at least a year now on Instagram, and I look up to them because they are both able to do lawn care full time. And that's something I'd like to get into, so I was just kind of picking their brain a little bit on how to go about that and how to transition from a full-time day job to doing lawn care full-time. In this video, we basically played around with the leaves. I got the opportunity to drive around the I Ferris FB2000 stand-on blower, which is what I'm riding right now in the video. And we also tried out the Echo PB8010, which is a backpack blower that I've never used. It's comparable to my BR800, so that was kind of fun to try that out as well. And we also got the opportunity to try out Scott's Walker mowers, which I've never run before either. It's quite a different concept. It's a floating deck. It's kind of completely backwards to what I'm currently driving right now. That's the mower that you saw in the start of the video here. And then at the end of this video, we've got me basically asking important questions to Scott and Craig, and maybe we've got some good advice for anybody else that's trying to start up a lawn care business, or you already have a lawn care business and you want to just make it a little bit better. But either way, please like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you at the end of the video. Hey guys, so we're back. We're at the beautiful Shadow Lake here in Cobeconk at the headquarters of Red Rock Maintenance, and we've got Thirsty's Lawn Care here as well. I'm Wolf Lawn Care. Scott,
yes.
How do you gain customers? If you want to go from 20 to 40 customers, how would you do that?
Well, I'll tell you right from when I first started out, we were actually going around knocking on doors and asking people if they want us to cut their lawn or whatnot. So that's how we actually first started getting customers. I honestly don't recommend that way anymore, because one, it takes a lot of time. Two, if you're like me, you hate talking to people, knocking on doors, it's very difficult to do that, and you stutter all the time, you say stupid stuff. So if you're starting out, it is a good way, but I find it very hard for me to do that. So what I do now is I will, in the springtime with the customers I already have, I will send reminder cards out to them so that they remember to call me or email me. And then that way it's much easier. I don't have to call them and I don't have to think about it. To gain new customers, I have sent out the last 2 years, I got some cards made out, postcards made up, and I sent them out around town, out to the post office, and paid for them to be all around town. And honestly, I don't think I got a single one. It was pretty sad. And I think I did 1,000 cards. Now it was pretty cheap. It was about $200 for the postage and the cards, so it wasn't too much money on my pocket.
He's got lots of money.
So yeah, I got money to burn on postcards that don't get me any jobs. So I've tried that method. And then what else do I do? This year I thought about doing Facebook ad. I never actually did it because I hear for Facebook ads you can actually target certain areas, and I want to get more lawns closer to me, so I want to target more areas. So I'm thinking about trying that next year. But that's basically how I've been getting my customers. Oh, and my website. Get a website. I keep on pushing a website, but get a website. I got so many customers from a website. I think I get almost most of my customers from a website now than anywhere else when I ask them where they've got me from. So website, I'm telling you, is number one. Even if you're first starting out, pay the money to get a website and start putting your name out on social media, and you will get customers pretty quickly, I find, that way. So yeah, that's basically how I've been getting customers. I've got other ideas that I want to try and get more, like I said, the Facebook ads, but I'm not too savvy on trying to figure that out. So that's how I've been doing it. How about you, Tom?
So I mean, like I've already said, I pretty much started this year really going at it, and I did the same thing. I went on, online, went on Facebook. Didn't do any sponsored ads, but I did, like, there's tons of Facebook groups out there. You join all the groups, people get talking. I also did the going around town. I printed postcards as well, handed out a whole bunch of those. I did get a few from that, so I guess I was more successful than Scott.
So were you knocking on doors then?
Knocking on dours, putting them in mailboxes.
Probably got a prettier face,
Prettier face, and a lot of mine came from word of mouth. Like, you tell your family and friends that you're in business, and they'll be like, oh, well, I got an uncle that needs his lawn cut, or, oh, my sister needs a lawn cut. And that's a lot of my customers, how I got them.
That's funny you say that, because when I first started out, we had a lot of word of mouth, but now I have no word of mouth.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I got like none.
Really?
That's strange, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's when your first new people spread out, and then once you spread out so far, it doesn't really work. But
right.
I don't know. I haven't got hardly any word of mouth in the last probably 5 years at least.
Really?
Yeah, it's been more from my website.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
At the first of this video, I thought maybe it was the Scott show because he just took up about 5 minutes of our time here. But anyways,
it's always the Scott show. You're in my house, my show.
So thirsty. How do you do it?
yeah. So like maybe 8 years ago when I first started up, I had postcards on. I used one of my mistakes was paying for Yellow Pages to have me show up like third on Yellow Pages.
No.
And then it took me a little bit of time before I realized that, and they still phone me to get me to pay money now. But anyways, I will never do that again. And then just like getting my customers to leave reviews on
Google and stuff.
On Google.
Yeah, Google's big actually. Yeah.
And then word of mouth, and I barely. And then I would have yard signs, and they would get me a few customers. Now I don't even put out the yard signs. I don't even put out postcards. Don't really do much advertising because I'm busy enough and don't want any more calls. But word of mouth and emailing your customers and staying in touch, and that's mainly it. Yeah, referrals is how I get new customers.
All right, so I got a question about the Google, because Google, like you said, my website get lots of hits on that. But for Google, I don't know if you guys watching the video, let me know in the comments as well if you guys are anywhere else. But for me, Google keeps on calling me and asking me or telling me I need to update my listing and pay a fee because if not, I'm gonna get taken down. Now I got this call so many times.
Yeah,
I've actually started talking to the guy, say, you're not Google. Google does not do this. So if you guys get a call like that, Google does not make you pay to have their Google business website
the last
on
2
their
weeks
thing.
they've just been calling me nonstop.
Yeah, so don't ever pay for that. It's a scam. It's not at Google.
It's not even it's not.
I had them call me last summer telling me my Google business listing will be taken down within 3 weeks. This is a year and a half later, it's still up. So don't listen to that scam. Don't pay for a Google business page because you don't have to pay for it. I just wanted to put that out there and let me know in the comments, like I said, has that ever happened to you? And if you have paid for it, let me know what happened, because that's a big scam. Have you guys had that ever happen? Like they call you guys?
Oh, they've called me all the time.
Yeah. I'm afraid it's usually American numbers, and I just don't want to answer the phone.
Yeah.
The one summer, actually, was it last summer or the summer before? Every half an hour for 2 months straight, I got a call from it.
Really?
Every half hour, and it kept on telling me to take me off their list. Well, this is all different companies. So I just want to know from your experiences if you've had the same thing as us. If they call you and pretending to be Google to try and get you to pay for your Google business listing, because it's not true. So so
do you ever have people pretending to be you, like your twin brother?
No.
Pretending to be you?
No, nobody wants to pretend to be me but me.
That's right.
All right, so from all that stuff, what's worked best for you? What's been the top thing that's brought you the most business?
I would say probably Google. Creating a My Business Google or My Google Business account. Yeah, a lot. Like I always try and ask every customer that calls me, every new customer, I always ask, like at the end of the call, like, can I just ask you how you heard about me? Like I like to keep track of these things. And I'd say probably about 70-80% of them say Google.
All right, now do you have a website as well, or just a Google My Business?
I just have a Facebook website
Really?
and Instagram. Like I don't have an actual website.
You need to get a website.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me, you need to get a website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many people go to my website, but you do need a website.
Yeah.
I think you can actually track that, and I think it tracks how many people have actually called you, or that might be Google My Business. I'm not
Yeah,
sure,
that's
but
Google
it
My
actually
Business,
it
yeah.
tracks you. But I get a lot of calls because even if they find you on Google, they'll go to your website.
You can
Right,
make like a
right.
Google website. as
Yeah,
well.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Google My Business is Google in general is what gives me the calls. I don't know what area a lot of people live in, but if you're like we don't really call them competitors, but other lawn care companies, if they don't have reviews on Google, then you should be asking your customers to write a review because it makes you show up like first.
I need to do
huge.
that,
Yeah.
but for me, I go on the internet, and a lot of my businesses don't have, or not competitors, but the other businesses don't have websites, and I'm always like the first one popping up.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm telling you, I've done videos on this. Get a website. You need a website.
If you haven't listened to Julio's podcast this week, he's talking about get a website.
Yeah, I did an interview with him, and that was my one big thing. You need a website for your business. It is not very expensive to start. I think mine for the full year is only maybe $200. And me and my wife made this website up ourselves. It's pretty easy to do. We put all the pictures, all the words in ourselves, and it's very easy to do. So that's one thing I push. If you're going to start a business, start a website.
Get a website.
Yep,
All right, I think
that's
we're
all I
done.
push. All right, guys,
Cool.
thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to everyone's channels and like the video, and see you on the next one.
Sweet. See ya.
Still hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I patched it, but I don't know if I got something else mixed. I cannot. Yeah, they just